Welcome to Pull the Pin Ready, place where average veterans come to share their opinions on the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
But I promise you, we're going to get it to you anyway.
I'm Jim.
I'm Nate. Let's pull the pin already.
Awesome, Nate. I love it the way you play off of mine. Gosh, almost like we're thinking alike. Well, welcome back to the Nate Shate Show, Nate.
The Nate shit show. That's what it is.
That's what it's starting out as. That surely is. Holy cow. Well, at least I'm in a good mood right now. I'm not on fire yet.
Well, let's get to the first headline.
Oh, yeah. Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about headlines. My dog is growling at something inside the house. I don't understand. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about headlines, and we are going to tell you our perspective, whether we've read the articles or not, because we know how to feel and think about it. And why do we know, Nate?
Because we're average veterans who've been around the world and we know everything about our opinions.
Everything about our opinions. And so without wasting anybody's time, why don't we just talk about something?
This?
Fairfax Schools to let students opt out of Holocaust lesson to accommodate students with different experiences.
Students...
Tell me first what the hell this even means.
Students have different experiences of the Holocaust. These students weren't even alive when the Holocaust happened. What kind of experience did you have in the Holocaust when probably your parents weren't even alive when it happened?
You know. Look, there are people. I guess you'd call them Holocaust deniers, whatever, right? I think they'd actually label these people Holocaust deniers.
Sure.
Now, I'm gonna tell you. Look, you always make fun of me for wearing the tinfoil hat and whatever. So, I am a guy who not sure if the moon landing actually happened when it happened. I'm really not sure. And there was some evidence.
Video evidence.
Well, right, but that could have been done in Hollywood. I think the Holocaust was a little bit harder to fake if you think that was fake. I mean, because that were lots of people. You know what I mean? I don't see that being easy to fake if you're pulling something off, right? But at the end of the day, you can make the argument that something might be propaganda and might not be real, because we get it all the time, right? We get propaganda from Russia. We get movie clips that people think are real, the ghost flight guy and from Ukraine or whatever. So you can do that, but at some point, there's usually some evidence that proves or disproves it, right? Even in the court of law, very seldom do you have, just a hung thing where nobody can do, either or, prove it or disprove it, which, what happens. I guess maybe that's not, I don't even want to put a percentage because I'd have to make it up on the spot, which, 89% of percentages are made up on the spot. But my point, what I'm getting at is I think it's really hard to prove the Holocaust was not real. So I don't know what different experience they could have. Maybe a different view, maybe a dislike for it, maybe a different perception of what it meant, but I don't think you can deny it. I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm way off on this, but...
Well, they're not denying it. They just had different experiences as children with the Holocaust. Wait a minute. They're students. Never mind.
But what does it? Yeah, but what does it mean? Like, what does it even mean?
Well, if you read the article, you might know, Jim.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I'm just trying to tell you, from your worldly experience as an average veteran, what could that possibly mean? What would a different experience? Like, we've been to other countries, right? So we may say, you may say like, oh, Germany's such a great place to visit. The people are so friendly. And I can say, well, based on my experience, I have a different experience. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm going to probably piss a lot of people off, but when I went to Saudi Arabia and I got to experience Ramadan, them actually practicing, my experience was completely different what they trying to tell me is happening. I didn't see them all doing, I saw a bunch of people close up their shops and sleep during the time they're supposed to be, fasting and then eat at night. Like, I saw that. So that was my experience. Now, could that represent the entire Muslim community? No. Could that represent the entire country of Saudi Arabia? No.
What it does, it turns it into a night shift. You can't eat during the day, so we're just going to fast. So now we all just work night shift, and we can eat.
That's my point. That's the experience I observed, where to me, that's not a commitment. You're not making a commitment to fast. You're just literally changing, because I never eat when I'm sleeping. Never. I mean, unless I got a needle and a tube in me or something. But I've never eaten while I was sleeping. So that's really easy to fast when I'm sleeping. But I'm not saying that they all do that. I'm because just like I say all Christians here are good, whatever. That's not true. But I'm saying that is somewhere where I can say I had a different experience. But I just can't say, for certain that Ramadan's a joke or I can't say that. Just like these guys, but I can opt out of it. Like, what are you talking about? I can opt out of talking because I had different experience. No, in fact, I expect these people to be in there and share their different experiences.
Oh, that's a good point.
Let
Yeah.
them talk about the Holocaust and then let them share their different experience, not opt out. That's like censoring something you don't want to hear.
And again, I don't know what experiences they can share since their parents weren't allowed during the Holocaust.
But still, let them share it. Let us, celebrate differences and have different opinions.
Yeah, yeah.
It's stupid. It's just dumb. These schools,
Have
Fairfax, that's
some.
Virginia, right?
Yeah.
What a crap hole. Anyways, go ahead, move on.
It's right outside DC, so that explains it.
Yeah, no joke. National Association of Realtors reaches settlement to end standard 6% commission. What's your
Yes,
first thought?
5.9.
Yeah. What's funny about that? Mine was 8.
Oh, we're gonna go higher.
or option for 8,
Yeah.
But isn't this the biggest scam in the world? How long has this scam been going on?
Forever. It keeps going up.
And I feel bad because like lots
That's
of people think,
but that's how they get paid for selling stuff.
sure,
You
it's
get
like a sales
commission.
tax, right?
Yeah.
Commission, but they say it's non-negotiable or something like that. It's like they all got together. That's what I'm saying. They all got together and said, no, you can't charge less than 3% on each side. They all got together and made a rule of it,
Yeah,
so
'cause
they
I
all
wonder how
play by
that
it.
works. Because when I sold my house, I didn't do 6%. I did a 5%. So I wonder if he only got 2. And
Was he a dual agent?
mm-mm.
He can give up a portion because what happened? I actually got my realtor license at one point. I think it's a joke. I hated real estate though, but you see because you got to think the breakdown goes from the agent gets a portion and then oh my
I just thought
goodness,
it was split 50-50 between the buyer and seller agents.
right? Well, yes, that is. But
Yeah.
even when the agent has to pay his
Oh yeah,
what
broker.
broker. Thank you. The agent has to pay his broker a percentage.
No,
So
no,
it's
no,
not
no,
even
no.
like the agent.
We're gonna fix that. The broker pays the agent a percentage because all that money goes to the broker.
Correct, right. But on the paperwork, you're signing it over, I think, to the agent, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
But you're absolutely correct. So the broker determines how much the agent's going to get. And that's, and I like that's free market. You could choose what to work for. Like this is what our brokerage costs. You know what I mean?
I don't
But
have
I
to choose
think for
you.
the longest time, the general public has been getting screwed over that because there's no shopping around. Remember when there were places that came out that says we charge a set thing, whatever,
Yeah.
and then people tried to sell on their own, but then none of the agents would support that, or I got took for it too. But it's a lot of money, dude. When you talk about 6%, and there's a lot of wealthy agents that didn't earn a damn dime. When I lived in a high end market when I was in Colorado, dude, my condo was sold before I even listed it.
Yeah.
Hell, and North Carolina when I lived out that way. My house was sold before I even listed it.
Man, you've spent
My
a lot of
agent,
money on commissions.
right, my agent didn't do crap, dude. They didn't
You
do
listed it.
crap.
You put it
And
somewhere.
what's even worse? The last one I sold, they didn't even give me. I think they gave me like a expired ham I couldn't eat or something. I don't know what the hell it was. It was something ridiculous, like a gift. Like you just made like
Why are they?
30,
Why are they supposed
50,
to give you anything?
because they just stole my money for nothing, for doing nothing.
No, you chose them.
Well, you're right, but I didn't have much of a choice. Everybody's going to do 3%.
You didn't have to sell.
No, I did. Well, what do you mean I didn't have to? Yeah, of course I didn't have to sell. I could have tried
Yeah.
to sell it on my own, is what you're saying,
Yeah.
right? That's the only other option. But you know what happens when you sell on your own, right? Everybody knows you're selling it at a higher price and they try to lowball you because you're trying to avoid the commissions. But seriously, the thing, I mean, like I get it. Like it's just like a tip. It's just like, a contract. Hey, I'm going to mow your grass for $100. I get that. But the fact that it's like mandatory, I should be able to shop around. And I
Well, it's probably.
guarantee you,
I wonder what the deal they reached. I'm sure it's still mandatory. There's still going to be a commission. There's still going to be a fee.
but there's got to
Gotta
be
be.
competitors. Well, there should be a fee because I mean they're doing a service, and I feel bad for realtors too because sometimes they'll take people around for days, hours on long trips, and the people never buy. So I understand they got to make their money, and I'm not mad that they're getting paid. I'm just mad that there's just one set
And it's like
price.
how Well, if it's a standard across the whole realtors, and if that's everybody's making the same amount across the whole thing, then what's the problem with that?
The problem with that is just like I just said. I had a lady sell my house who did nothing but say, "Hey, I know somebody who wants to buy it." Did
So what are you
absolutely nothing.
so what are you gonna do at the end of things? Oh, she didn't do anything. I'm only gonna give her 1%.
Yes, it
Yes,
should be itemized. It should be itemized,
it
and you
needs to
do
be.
that for tips, right?
You need to be upfront. How much you giving me?
Right, for what services you're getting. Right. But
Yeah,
if you don't do all those services, dude, if I'm your landscaper and I say, hey, it costs $50 to cut your grass, mow your or trim your hedges and do all this, and I show up and all I do is cut your grass, you're not paying me the price I
gotcha. Yeah,
agreed
that's what
to.
you mean. If you didn't do everything in the checkbox.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was a lady I tried to buy a house my buying agent who took me around the world to mountain places like long drives, who got nothing. I mean, I even tried to give her a gift, but she's like, we're not allowed to accept this. So, I said, well, let me pay for your gas. So, but the point is she's not allowed to accept it, even though she went through all this trouble and couldn't find me a home. But yet the lady who sold my house did absolutely nothing but a bunch of standard paperwork that, she probably had somebody else do. It's probably already, whatever. And got all that money. It's just a joke to me. I don't know. Whatever. This is a
Well,
long time on a stupid subject.
well,
Let's go to the next one.
it has ended just like this headline.
Yeah, well, we got to read it to see what it is. UN agency says famine is imminent in northern Gaza, which Israel has largely isolated for months.
Then top food, UN. Do your job. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out, what do you mean? What do you mean Israel is isolated? What do you mean?
They
Like,
blocked them
wasn't
off.
Gaza their own place anyway?
That's
Wasn't
like,
Israel like on their side of the fence before they got attacked? Like, what? Wasn't Gaza running its own stuff anyway? Or from what I understand, Israel was supporting Gaza.
and not anymore. I don't know.
Right,
I
right.
don't.
So I don't understand what the problem with this is. You want your own two-state solution, so take care of your state. You got Hamas in your government, have them use some of that money they're getting and make you some cornfields, or like, I don't understand what's the problem here. It's not
They're,
like they're
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 not
cutting
getting.
you off.
They're not getting enough U.S. money. That's the problem.
Right. Or you can say, or they're maybe keeping them from getting to a port of entry, or not allowing them to trade. But guess what? You got other countries around you. Will they trade with you? Oh no, only when Israel says no, it's a problem. Not Egypt. If Egypt builds a wall and says no, we don't want any Palestinians here, that's okay. But when Israel does it, oh no, they're causing an imminent famine. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether you support Hamas or not, stop this bull crap. Stop pretending that it's Israel doing all this to did I say some Hamas? I mean, when you support Palestine or not,
Oh, yeah.
stop pretending it's all Israel.
Who started it all?
I don't know, dude. This goes back to like Jesus
No,
Christ.
just recently. Just recently. Who started it all?
Oh well, Hamas brought it back up, if you call that Palestine or not. But Hamas started it recently. So yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, I don't support either side. I don't really care. That's not my problem. At the end of the day, we got enough problems here to worry about.
And
But
if
this,
Northern Gaza is a bunch of Hamas supporters, then
it's getting stupid. It's really getting stupid. You know what I mean? You're blaming Israel for all your problems, but yet you got other countries that border you that literally won't let you in, and they're Muslim, like you are. Like, stop blaming Israel. If you're that determined to get support, go to the next country next to you, Egypt. Why isn't Egypt supporting you? Why are they keeping you out?
I don't like them either.
Exactly. So stop making this about Jewish people versus Muslim people. It's not. It's about good and evil. And when you're on the side of evil, nobody on the side of good wants you in their neighborhood. It's that simple. Happens right here in America, happens in every country we know. It's happening in Haiti right now, the crap hole we talked about, that's being overrun by gangs. So the good people are leaving, or some of the good people,
Trying.
some of the bad people too. But
Yeah.
the good people don't want those people in the neighborhood because they're just evil people or bad people. So if you're bad people, don't be surprised when people build walls to keep you out. So fix your own damn house first. All right, was that enough rant?
All right, moving on.
All right, let's go to the next one.
This one really
This is
pisses me
great.
off.
This one will piss you off. Target to limit self-checkout to 10 items.
Good. That means you're going to employ other people to put them that's not have self checkout, right? We're gonna have people checkout.
It's Is this not the most asinine thing you've ever heard?
You're not buying that much from us. No, no, no. You can only buy 10 things from us.
Like what? Like what are you doing? Like so? Does that mean you're gonna have more checkout stations with people?
No,
Like literally reverse what you just
that
did?
just means I'm only going to scan 10 of my 20 items.
I mean, like, like, does it make even sense to you? Like everybody. Well, let me be fair, dude. I don't like Target anyway. But when I did go to Target, because my daughter happens to like Target, when I did go to Target, there are more cashiers there than I see in,
Walmart.
like Walmart's and place like that.
Yeah.
So I do go to a cashier. I don't really use a self checkout. If I can't any other place, I don't either. I don't self checkout grocery store. I don't self checkout anywhere if I can help it. Walmart sometimes because I just want to get the hell out of there because I can't stand being in that place. But I mean, this is the stupidest thing. It's almost like a reverse or a "don't shop here" message.
Yeah, right?
I got
Well,
11 items. What does that mean? I got to go wait in line now? Like, what does that mean? I don't know what you mean.
all in third person, real life checkout.
It's
No
just
self
stupid. I
checkout.
mean, right, and it should, right? So why not create all these jobs by what? Bringing back cashiers? Oh, what an idea. Yeah,
That's Bidenomics.
and you think about it, dude.
You know how many jobs Target just created?
Right, exactly, right.
Yeah, do you create jobs after you already got rid of jobs? Does that count?
Well, I guess not really, because well, if you're refilling something like I guess if you had a glass of water and you drank all the water, would that be new water? I guess it could be, right? It's a new glass of water.
Fresh water.
Yeah, it's new though, right?
Yeah,
It's not the old water, right?
it's
You're
still
not
the same
bringing back
water.
water. Now, if you drank it and you spit it back out, that would be bringing back jobs, right? Bringing back water.
Okay, so they hired the same employees they fired.
Yeah. Just think about this, dude. If this is a cumulative, you can do it like every week, right? So if when Trump becomes president, I recommend everybody be fired on Friday and then
And
rehired on Monday.
but
And then every week you're
what if they
recreating all
what,
these jobs, dude.
what if they work Saturday and Sundays though?
Well, then pick a day. It doesn't matter. They're weekend guys. But you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
fire
yeah, yeah.
everybody once a week and hire them back the next week. And then we can just report that all these jobs were created.
We just hired 50 million people this week. We hired 50 million people. Yeah, we've been
Exactly,
hiring
right?
50 million people.
We fired 50 million on Friday, but guess what? We created new jobs
We created
and we
50 million new
rehired them
jobs.
on Monday. That's a joke. That's the joke this stuff is, man. I'm done with politics. Actually, I'm not done with it because we'd have nothing to talk about. But I think we're done with this episode, right? Is that the last one?
I believe so. Let's get on with it.
So we'll get on with our lives and we'll go run to Target with 11 items and just sit there puzzled. Like, what do we do? Or does this pair of shoes count as 11 or is this 10? Is this 10 or 10? Like, is a pair count as one item? I don't know.
It's one barcode. Too good.
Is it? All right. Well, I'll buy it. What if it comes in a set and it's 2 boxes?
Comes with a
You
pair
get
of socks. Now you're screwed.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? I don't know. I just like the dilemmas. This first world problems just kill me sometimes. But thanks again, Nate, for showing up. Thanks again for all you out there liking and sharing and subscribing and commenting. Johnny and Christine and Johnny, we do use some of your stuff. Sometimes we don't get to it in time, but we do appreciate it. Keep it coming. Christine, keep the comments coming. Also, forgive us. Sometimes I forget what the comment references, but we do appreciate them because I'm getting old and I can't remember. And we're getting poor. So send us all your money so we can keep doing this for free, like we've been doing. But until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.